Hello students, how are you? Have a good day. Okay, in our last video we had seen the maximum and minimum value of displacement at mean and extreme position. At mean position we had find x is equal to a sin omega t, and at extreme position we had find x is equal to a cos of omega t. And in today's video we are going to find the value of velocity and acceleration at mean position and at extreme position. Okay. In our last video we had already discussed about it. Now let us study the maximum and minimum value of velocity and acceleration. For that, let us consider first we have to find the value of velocity at mean and extreme position. We know the formula v is equal to omega square root of a square minus x square. This you already know that. Now let us consider the first case at mean position. When the body is at mean position, you have to assume x is equal to 0, that is displacement become 0, and also at the initial point t time become also 0. Now put the value of x in this equation, then equation become v is equal to omega square root of a square minus 0 square. A square minus 0 square, that is a square. Okay, then therefore v is equal to omega square root of a square. Then square root of square becomes the original value, that is a. Therefore v is equal to a omega. This is the value of velocity at mean position. Okay, now at extreme position we have to assume at extreme position x is equal to a and t is equal to 0. Now this x is equal to a, put this value in this equation, then v is equal to omega square root of a square minus a square. A square minus a square becomes 0 and its square root also 0, with product the whole term v become 0. We know that when we are discussing the derivation of velocity, acceleration and displacement from a particle performing linear SHM, we directly assume that v is equal to 0 at extreme position. At that time I had told you that we will discuss in our next videos. Okay, now here you have to, I already told that I prove here that at extreme position velocity become 0. Okay, and at mean position velocity become a omega. So you can say when you are going to take the diagrammatic study, in our last video I already told you that do the diagrammatic study, then at mean position its velocity become a omega and at extreme position its velocity become 0. So you can say this is a minimum velocity and this is the maximum velocity v max. Means we have find the two physical quantity in this diagram. Now at mean position, at extreme position, it's the value of displacement and these are the values of velocities. Okay, now we are going to find the value of acceleration. For that, let us consider what is the equation of acceleration. A is equal to minus omega square x. Give it equation number 2. Okay, now again the same thing here. At first case we have to assume at mean position. What happen at mean position? Again we have to assume x is equal to 0 and t is equal to 0. Now put this value in the equation of acceleration, then a is equal to minus omega square into 0. Therefore a is equal to 0. It means this is the value of acceleration at mean position. Now at extreme position, what we have to assume? X is equal to a and t become 0. Okay, then x is equal to a, t is equal to 0. Then acceleration a, here again you will get confused, so that let us consider acceleration become capital A. Capital A is equal to minus omega square into a. Therefore acceleration value become a is equal to minus omega square a. These are the two values of acceleration at mean position and at extreme position. So again go to our diagrammatic study and we will see here we have find the value of displacement, velocity and now acceleration at mean position it is become 0 and here minus a omega square. Means you can say here the minimum acceleration is at mean position and maximum acceleration is at extreme position. Means in the single diagram you will see the all three values and when you are design it by different colors, remember that all the value you remember at the same time when you are in the examination hall, and you will not get confused. So do the diagrammatic study. It is better for you to remember all the formulas, all the values. So maximum time in mathematical derivations you have to perform the diagrammatic study. Okay, these are the value of velocity, acceleration and displacement at mean position and extreme position. These are the maximum and minimum values. Now in later when we discuss the different things, we are directly assuming this thing by considering that we know that. Okay, now the main and important derivation of this chapter, and quite hard but not so difficult. Just listen here carefully, you will easily understand this derivation. That derivation name is projection. Remember, this is very important in this chapter. It may be asked in your board exam. Projection of UCM along any diameter of SHM. Remember here the two chapters are going to combine. UCM, that is uniform circular motion, which is in our circular motion chapter of 11 science, and SHM is simple harmonic motion, which is in this chapter, that is oscillation of 12 science. These two chapters are going to combine, and by considering you that a particle is performing circular motion, you have to prove its diameter is performing SHM. Means first you have to assume the particle is performing circular motion, and from that derivation you have to derive that its diameter is performing SHM. Means you have to prove its derivation of acceleration, that is A is equal to minus omega square x. For that, let us consider a circle here. Okay, I am going to draw one circle here. This is suppose one of the circle. Okay, let's draw it clearly so you will learn easily. I am going to slightly dark this circle. Okay, suppose this is the center. Okay, wait a minute, I have to take the scale. Okay, now we are going to draw a diameter of which we have to prove that this diameter is performing SHM. Okay, now let us consider one circle. Suppose O is its center. Okay, its radius is suppose A, that is diameter become twice A. Now initially the particle is here. Look, in the circular motion when the particle is here, at that time you have to prove in linear motion the particle is where. Okay, where, that means at its mean position. Now suppose in time t the particle moves up to here. Okay, means there is an angular displacement. Suppose this point is D, OD is the initial position, and in time t the particle move from D to P. This is a angular displacement in time t. Then angular velocity become omega, hence this angle become omega t. What is the angle? Its angle become omega t. Means you have to assume that angle DOP is equal to omega t. Okay, now when the particle is moved from D to P, at the same time if we are going to draw the projection on its diameter, we are going to draw the projection. Now when you are going to draw the projection, remember here when the particle in circular motion moving from D to P, at the same time the particle in SHM, suppose this is mean position and this is extreme position, then the particle is moving from O to M, suppose give it point M, then the particle is performing D to P in circular motion, at the same time its projection, these are called as projection, its projection is moving from O to M, from in along the diameter from mean position towards extreme position. Okay, now by side angle side test, if this angle is omega t, then this angle is also omega t. And let us consider the distance O to M is nothing but our displacement x. It is moving like that. When the particle move forward, it is moving here also. When the particle is moving here, this is its projection, and up to point B. When the particle reaches from D to B, its here the projection move from O to B. Okay, so these are the displacement x. Okay, now side angle side test, this omega t also, then this is also omega t. Then from triangle OPM, we are going to consider a triangle OPM. What happened? The triangle OPM, sine of omega t. What is the formula of sine? Sine is equal to, this is the right angle triangle, then this is the hypotenuse. If this is omega t, then sine of omega t is equal to opposite side upon hypotenuse. Now what is the opposite side? Opposite side is OM, its value is x, and its hypotenuse is OP, but this OP is nothing but our radius, and the radius of this circle is A, hence OP is also A. So sine omega t is equal to x upon A, and therefore what is the formula? X is equal to A sine of omega t. What is its formula? It is the displacement of a particle when a particle performing SHM from mean position. Just here in few minutes ago we just discussed this thing. Okay, now what is velocity? Velocity is equal to V is equal to dx upon dt. Okay, now V is equal to dx upon dt. Now put the value here. We are going to derive the same thing, d dt of A sine of omega t. Okay, now d dt of A sine of omega t, V is equal to A is constant, so it is outside the derivative. Derivative of sine is cos of omega t, and derivative of omega t become omega. We already discussed this in our last video. Okay, means the value of velocity when a particle performing circular motion but along diameter it is performing SHM, V is equal to A omega cos omega t. Now forwardly, what is acceleration? A is equal to dv by dt. Again, do not get confused from A and A, so we are taking A as a capital A for acceleration. Okay, then it become d dt of A omega cos of omega t. Okay, now A and omega both are constant, so we are taking it outside. Derivative of cos is minus of sine of omega t, and omega t's derivative is omega, hence this omega into omega, then equation become minus A omega square sine of omega t. Okay, now this A is equal to minus A omega square sine of omega t, but minus omega square keep as it is, and A sine omega t is nothing but our x, hence capital A is equal to minus omega square x, and this is nothing but our derivation of acceleration of a particle performing SHM. Now remember that you are going to assume that a particle is performing circular motion, but at the last you are derive the particle's acceleration, that is A is equal to minus omega square x, and what happened? This equation satisfied that a particle is performing linear SHM, means projection of UCM, that these projections of UCM along any diameter of SHM is performing SHM. Now roughly I again discuss here what happened when you are moving from D to B. when you are moving from D to B, draw roughly all the projections. You will see when you are going to draw the projections at this, along this diameter AB, you move from O to B. Okay. Now when the body move from B to, suppose this is Z, okay, then when body along in circular motion is moving from B to Z, then its projection again you draw from the circular motion. You will see that its projection move from B to O, means mean position to extreme position to mean position. Half oscillation done here. Again, when the body particle move from Z to A, drop its projection along the diameter, you will see that its projection move from O to A, and when the particle move from A to D, means complete one circular motion, its projection drop, then you will see that its projection will reach from A to O, means when a particle is performing one circular motion, uniform circular motion, at that time its projection along this circular motion is performing one SHM along this diameter AB. First initially O to B, B to O, O to A, and A to O. Means here the particles are performing UCM, but its projection is performing SHM. So we are going to assume a particle performing UCM, and at last you are going to prove that A is equal to minus omega square. It is a derivation when the particle is performing linear SHM. Means here we prove projection of UCM along any diameter of SHM is performing SHM. This is the main topic of this chapter. You just remember this thing. If you have any problem, please drop a message in my inbox. Okay, thanking you.